To go down.
Testing, testing, testing.
Seems like this table far
It
away.
is far
Ice the
away.
Eskimos
Ice the
selling game to
Eskimos.
players.
What it do,
Selling game
brother?
and players.
Hey,
Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Come in. Relax yourself. Catch a vibe.
cheers to y'all. Everybody, y'all see we
Cheers
on
to the good
location.
people.
Y'all see we upgrading out here.
Lafayette is still letting us to be in the building.
They blessed to have us in the building. Facts.
Facts.
They blessed to have us in the building
Facts.
representing
Say that again, Robert.
Ice the Eskimos selling game to players.
Know when you blessed to have the
Salute y'all. You know, it's a partnership. It's a team
Definitely.
thing.
I definitely
So
think
we
it's
showing love.
appreciate them a
We
lot,
appreciate this. It's a good look, man. Y'all think this is a good look? Let us know. We trying to do a little bit better on the comments. My guy said that earlier. You know what I mean? We just happy to be here. Y'all
man.
happy?
Speaking of that, I'm happy, but let's
Uh,
get right into it because we got a lot to talk about because
Oh,
we missed
shit.
last week.
we did miss last week.
And when you say, comments, people gonna like comment, like, what do you feel about, the world being too soft now?
Man, I definitely feel like the world too soft. I feel like people want you to be honest, but not ready for honesty. You know what I'm saying? I think people are cool with opinions if it's not opposed to yours. You know what I mean? And that's a problem for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's okay to think somebody ugly or think somebody is not attractive. You know what I'm saying? Now how you carry yourself on that basis is on you. You know what I'm saying? That's to
Yep.
me what makes you a good person.
Right.
Whether somebody's, you know what I'm saying, attractive or not, or has money or not, whether they how you handle them. But you know what I'm saying, your thoughts and your opinions are human. You know what I mean? So all your opinions aren't based on fact. Some of it's just on feeling.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think we should be allowed to have our feelings. When we was coming up, people would talk about you like a dog. You know what I'm saying? People would talk about you and hurt your feelings. Now that's considered bullying. But to me, that shaped you. It shaped you and prepared you for the world. You know what I'm saying? Like you can blow off somebody trying to fuck with you because hey, I've been through this my whole life, or I've been through this. But
I agree, man.
I think the world too soft right now, B.
Well, the counterpoint on that I'll say is feelings change. Feelings are just in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Some last, some don't. So, uh, is it too soft? Yes. Did we get lessons from ours? Yes. But it's a different breed of children now. You know what I'm saying? It's a different breed of parenting than what we had as parents. So what we were dished and dealt with, I don't know if they could take right now. You know, um, yeah, it's definitely a soft batch of cookies right now
Parents
versus
soft
us.
too. Then, if that's the case,
Well, yeah,
what you feel free?
I don't know, man. I think it's a lot of softness. I think it's a lot of people whining. I think that people seem to think that life is supposed to be something else that it isn't. It's almost like, all of a sudden, if what is it? No sweat, no gain,
No tear, no
no
pain,
pain,
no
no
gain.
pain, no
Thank you,
gain.
thank
You
you.
know what I mean? It's no.
We both
It
messed it
used to
up.
be something, things like no pain, no gain. You know what I'm trying to say? If it ain't hard, it ain't worth it. It used to be quotes like that where people used
That
to
made sense.
that made sense that people got that, and I think that now we're like, oh, he doesn't like me because I'm black. Oh, he doesn't like me because I'm a woman. Oh, hold up, he doesn't like me because he's black. I know I went straight to like a center point, but I think that we are too soft. I think that we are thinking that the world is supposed to be a certain way. I do think there are things that are unfair. But I think that life is going to be unfair to every single soul, at some point
Yeah.
and in some way. So, yeah, I think that people are being extremely soft. I think that parenting is supposed to be soft, though. See, I think the world is rough. I think the idea of, hey, the world's gonna hit you. I might as well hit you first. you know, to me, that's insane. You know what I'm trying to say?
Wow, it's insane though.
I think
Is
so.
it not
I think
logical?
I think the
does it
fact
not
that
help prepare them though?
I think that it's the cycle is going on and on and on and on, and it hasn't shown any proof of helping.
I think.
I think that it makes people more violent, more angry, distrusting of the first person they love. You know what I'm trying to say? I think that it's a more dangerous step. So I think that there is a way to be strict and raise children without them being soft. At the same time, I do think that the world, the way that they take things and the way that they handle words and the way that they handle, social issues that are told to them and fed to them in the media, I do think that is soft. I think taking comedian so personally where you want to remove them for a joke or two, where you want their career to be over because you are uncomfortable or because they were hella wrong about an idea that they said.
Yeah.
I think that that's too soft.
I think that's why that's part of why I'm happy Trump is in office. You know what I'm saying? As crazy as that sound bite might sound, but that allows for people with their true feelings to say, "Hey, this is how I feel." You know what I'm saying? I'm pro Trump because of
That's
this.
all we've been saying, bro, since he came.
But the thing is that it's good that they not hiding no more. I want
Right,
I want
right.
I want people to feel comfortable to feel how they feel. Now, if you gonna exert violence because of your feeling, that ain't cool to me. Or if you gonna hold a person back because of your feeling, to me that's not cool. But to me, the thing is that a person should be allowed. If you pro free speech, a person should be allowed to speak how they want to speak. You ain't got to vibe with it though. You know what I mean? And that's what we lost to me. We lost our just comfort to vibe with who we vibe with. You ain't got to vibe with everybody. Stop trying to vibe with everybody. Like if you don't vibe, that's cool. And that don't make them the worst person on earth because they that vibe don't vibe
And you
with
can
you.
vibe with someone and disagree about something.
So you don't think you a tough parent? You don't think you hard at all on Sonny?
I think that I'm hard in certain areas of, like, real life or how the world is going to be, but I don't feel like, as far as like scaring him through physical threats or anything like that. I feel like, s- I've developed a relationship with my son and my daughter where, shit, I can get them to, my wife says all the time, I'm gonna call your daddy. You know what I'm trying to say?
And
So
they
it's
get in
like,
line.
and they get in line, what I'm saying, before she even calls,
But
and
you've
if they
never
do,
whooped them.
I've never had to whoop them.
Never even threatened to whoop
No, it's no. I'm not going to threaten to hit you because I'm not going to hit you.
them.
Even if it's one of my arguments when they playing and they hit me hard, I'm like, yo, do I hit you? You know what I'm trying to say?
Oh, they
Well,
hit
why?
you?
If we playing,
Okay, wrestling a little
he
bit.
might try and sign this punch. I just think like shooting a gun. He was a Nerf gun. Don't point a gun at your daddy, G.
That's somebody you love.
Don't point a gun at your daddy. I
He can
saw
point at
that.
mama.
I mean, if she allow
That's
it,
her. That's her
if she
sister.
allow it, she'll allow it. That's whatever, But don't point the gun at daddy. Don't point that gun at me. Don't even play like that.
I respect that.
You know what I'm trying to say? Don't hit me. I don't hit you. We tickle, we play, we rough wrestle or whatever like that. Don't hit me or don't hold on and hit me in my face. Now we do. I toughen them up. You see what I'm trying to say? If we playing like that, we playing like that. But it's just a guideline in the thing. That's respect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm teaching them
My
how to be someone I want to be around as he gets older. Period.
my parents, it was certain things you couldn't play with your parent. You know what I'm saying? Like your dad, you could wrestle with, but your mom, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't like your grandma. You couldn't check. It was people you couldn't check, or you know what I'm saying? It was off limits. So it was rules to the game, and I think we lost those rules. You know what I mean? I think they start pacifying the babies and making them, man, they couldn't do this when I was. I'm gonna let them do whatever you want. They letting them do whatever they want too much, and they not correcting. There's not enough correction going on, and there's not enough allowance for correction. I think Carlos should be able to non-maliciously correct a child who is not his. You know what I'm saying, in the right situation, but I don't think that's even allowed anymore.
Oh, you see, like I would totally let y'all correct my child. Excuse me, Carlos.
No, I definitely agree that that's the level of referring to what I'm saying, the old school versus the new school. Like the young, okay, new school. Your grandmama at what, 35, 40
Younger sometimes, yeah.
or younger, a grandparent. My big mama, when I came into the picture, she was 50. You know
At
what I'm
least, yeah.
saying? Like big mamas, like baking, spending the day in the kitchen. Not in a domesticated, you a woman, you need to be in the kitchen cooking, but the women that could cook a pie from scratch, cook a cake from scratch, cook a meal, and you can taste the love in it. It wasn't just throwing some so you could eat and get out my face. Like that type of, or the man, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not just pointing out women, the men that cut the grass and took pride in how their yard looked and how their neighborhoods looked. Like my grandfather didn't play that shit. You weren't coming on his street littering. You know what I'm saying? He cultivated a garden across the street. He fucking took care of every single or widow in the neighborhood. Like we pulled tree stumps out of women's yards.
Hold on.
Like
He was
like
taking care
oh, he cut the neighbor's
widows.
yard.
He was doing shit when Carlos was
He,
asleep.
no.
He was
He was,
slanging wood
he was,
too.
yeah, he was slaying.
Oh,
he was,
no.
he was
Probably
laying
so.
pipe.
Hey,
He
that
was
was
laying
inside.
pipe,
But
slanging
peep this
wood,
though, there was a neighbor no shit down the street. Like we
and raking
lived
hoes.
1,
He wasn't
2,
raping. They was
No,
giving it
dude.
up. Oh,
we
Raking.
lived 4 houses from the corner, bro. If you walk past the 4th house and cross the main street, there was an elderly man. My grandfather cut his grass, made sure his mail got in every day. He made sure he had at least 2
He
of
was
his
just a
meals
genuine
every day.
dude.
He bathed this man. You know what I'm saying? He made sure he got his medicines. You know,
Right.
like that's what I'm talking about when I say old school. Like that shit ain't here no more. Like
it is here, but it's not being recognized or highlighted enough.
okay,
I think it's
all
here.
right,
I was.
agree.
I would like to have to
Natasha,
say this.
Natasha said we did all spank our kids some when they were little, but it learned very quickly that that talking, explaining have a much longer lasting effect. I agree 1000%. John Gar said I was spanked, and I did my kids, but I guess the era may be over. But I see my kids struggling sometime with my grandkids. Okay, now see, like like I
Thank
can
y'all for
understand.
sharing.
Yeah, thank you very much, man. I can understand like when somebody was saying my struggling, and I think that the part of it is parenting is a deep situation. It's so deep. It's just like this a seed. This is kid. So it's this human being. This thing that's going to grow into an adult. It's going to grow into something that eventually might take care of you. You know what I'm trying to say? It's going to grow into something what is going to teach you. It's going to definitely educate you, teach you intentionally or unintentionally, whatever. So it's very important. This relationship is very, very fragile. So I think when a kid is messing up, it's important to put yourself in that kid's shoe. Do you want to be hit right now? Or do you want to be taught to understand why you're so disappointed in what I'm doing?
Now,
And to me, when you develop that relationship with the child, there becomes a bond between the two, just like a lover. You don't want to disappoint the other because with disappointment, you're not going to get what you want and what you enjoy, which is the throwing the baseball, the long walks, and the things that we do, the hugs. I'm very close and touchy with them. So it's like I can, if I'm very touchy with you, I can yell at you in a way to keep you from doing things. So I think there's a way to have a relationship with them to keep them under control. I just think that it's a challenge.
let me hop in there for a minute, man. That was a good little state representative spiel. I felt like he was on Congress for a minute. I was like, God damn, is he at the Senate office? Where is it? The House of Representatives?
You've reached your 30.
Sir, you have reached the time limit. Now, but real talk, I agree with you. I think it is a fragile relationship, but I think it's also important. I'm gonna shout out my parents, man, because I had a great balance. My mom, a teacher who explained to us the what we were doing wrong, gave us an opportunity to do better. But if we met that limit, then we had to get repercussions for that. You know what I'm saying? That we need something. That's what he's saying.
I would like my food box.
So I say this right here.
Yeah, I like a great t-shirt.
I say this. We'll do three.
Three green t-shirts.
So I say this. I think that
Thank you.
my kids. I was hard on my kids, but I talked them through everything. Like I'm like, hey, so this is where you messed up at. If you continue to mess up, this is what's gonna be the problem. This is how. So you know what I'm saying. I'm not a fan of angrily reacting to your children. You know what I'm saying? God damn, you always. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan of that. But I do feel like you talk them through. All right, they gonna test the boundaries. So after you test the boundaries, I gotta let you know, you gonna get zapped. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? Like it's not slave mentality punishment. It's it's a problem when you cross the line. When you cross this line, then it's something that's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and when I hug them, like after I whoop them, I hug them right there and let them know I love them. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even want to do this. I'm damn near about to cry because the shit you take away is crying you too. You know what I'm saying? Your punishment for your kids is gonna hurt you too. Like you enjoy tossing the ball with them. I enjoy all that lovey-dovey. You know what I'm saying? Having a good time. I don't want to walk around like I'm mad at you. You know what I'm saying? You whoop him and get it out the way. It's done. Like do. You understand what it was? It's over with.
To me, that just it's dangerous. It's I respect it because it's how I was raised, but it's dangerous because it's like that's how men treat a lot of women. Beat their ass and hug them and cry. I'm sorry. I love you. You
Damn,
know
he
what I'm
went
trying to say?
iceberg slim on me. But I don't beat now woman.
I feel you,
not
but I
with my
feel you,
hand.
not with you.
Wow.
She gonna get it. She gonna get it. If she need that act right, they call it act right, Mr. Isaac. They call that's what my granddaddy called it.
So
Get her some of that act right.
Andre Morris says whooping was effective. It taught that you violated certain rules. There was punishment. That's all due respect. That sounds like a slave talking to another slave about how to keep his slaves in line. But I feel you.
I totally disagree with that.
I mean, let's
bro.
read that
You
again.
see how
Let's
he
read that
came
again.
for
Hold on.
us,
Let's read
Andre?
that again. Let's just read that again.
You see how he came for us,
Let's
Andre?
read that. Let's read that again. All due
Sorry,
respect.
Chris.
No, it's Andre Morris. Andre
That's
Morris.
my trainer. I know what it is. That's Chris.
I love it, and I appreciate you responding. We having a conversation. I'm trying to say all
Come on.
day. It taught that if you violated certain rules, there was punishment. I mean, all right, we're talking about children, your blood. We're talking about children, your blood. No, I just wouldn't those words. The way
bro.
we see, the way
Come
we express
on, bro.
that. Hold on. Just give me a chance.
They are what they are, though. They're accurate words.
That prepared us for the consequences if violating laws and being punished by unruly law enforcement. A belt is better than a gunshot.
That's what the kids missing
and
today, free.
Biden is better than Trump.
Oh, come on now. You jumping, B.
I mean, I'm just being real. No, I'm just being real. The way people he just jumped. I think it's a jump.
No. I'm saying if you don't apply pressure.
I beat my kids because the police.
Nobody's saying beat kids.
No.
We're talking about just discipline. You do something, I tell you not to do it. You do it again, I tell you not to do it. You do it again,
he goes into that,
and I spank you. That's not beating kids,
bro.
He says that way over the top.
He
says
that
way over the top, bro.
He says that the responsibility and healthy spanking is. I would love to know what the fuck that is a.
It is.
Get a whooping, bro.
He got whoopings. He got whoopings, but he was still mad that he got whooping. Like I didn't do nothing wrong. I didn't deserve no whooping. You deserve to get your ass beat, bro. And you need to man up and recognize that shit.
I don't think that was the way that you needed to handle the child. I really don't. We're not talking about being that turns into a beating that turns into abuse. This is the finishing of his point. Right. And then Natasha says, at the point, instead of spanking, we take away privileges and our responsibilities. I agree. That hurts worse and longer than in spanking. I agree. See, I give my kids, allowances. You fuck up, you lose your dough. You don't understand the power in that. Playing your PlayStation, playing outside. You know what I'm trying to say? Doing certain things. Certain of those things, man, it's enough punishment. It does enough to the kid to get them to understand with the talking, with the hugging, with the loving, with the conversations. It does. I feel like it's very effective. I mean, maybe some children are reacting a certain way because they see their moms or dads act a certain way. Let's be real. Some kids are acting out in a way that they can't be controlled. If they be honest, it's probably because they got a daddy who can't be controlled, or a mother who went off on the AT&T.
Man. You have
a woman who went off at AT&T who couldn't be controlled in the conversation at AT&T watching his mama. I mean, you say it's bullshit, but it's true. They're reacting the way that they see.
Well, some of it's just in them because they're kids and they don't know any better yet because they haven't grown to the place of knowing. So when you're a child, you have to be treated like a child, and a child is like a puppy. You have to keep them in line. And if you're going to refer to that as enslavement, I think that's just crazy.
That was a tough point.
No way. A child is like a puppy.
The child is like a puppy.
God. Hell the fuck no.
Don't know if you're asking, but I'm 39.
Hell the fuck no.
How old?
A child is nothing like a puppy.
I don't mean like
it's nothing like a puppy.
In the training process.
Chris, what does our age have to do with it? Andre, what does our age have to do with it? He asked our ages.
What
But
did I bring up age? I'm
no,
lost.
no, I was talking about Andre. I was talking about Andre Christopher Morris. That's what I was talking about. Thank you for interacting
What
too,
did he
brother.
ask?
He asked our ages.
Oh, I don't mind. I'm 42 years old, man. I got two kids, a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old.
But I don't know what that has to do with anything. But
I think he's probably wondering if we have children. What experience do we have with children? All of us are parents. All of us are
I mean, I
parents.
got kids. Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
kids. I mean, I've raised kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm a great uncle and some more shit. You know what
Yeah, I
I'm saying?
appreciate it, man. Yeah, I think we all have
All
kids.
involved. We just got different perspectives. That's partly why we doing this podcast, Chris. Just to be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I don't agree with, like I said, the out of control whooping or the angry whooping. You know what I'm saying? I'm just pro making sure they know that there are boundaries. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what for our community, you know what I'm saying? They're lacking that boundary. They don't have a boundary anymore. It was a respect for elders, respect for when you out in public. It's a way you carry yourself. Once you start letting your kids do whatever they want, or that, I think part of it is seeing an example when you get to that light. But if you ain't doing no correcting, then you ain't doing a good job parenting, in my opinion.
I'd hate the idea of making my child cower out of fear of I might physically hurt them. I'd rather them, you know, deeply understand why I'm upset and disappointed. I'd rather them understand that deeply, because the respect is there through the relationship. So they truly understand why I'm disappointed, what I expect. Then there's no need for me to hit them if they disappoint me. There's other things that I can do to show them that they're not a dog. I can communicate with them. I can speak to them. You know what I'm trying to say? So I don't have to hit them like an animal. And I think the whole hitting idea is slave mentality. I think it is transferred from a master to slave mentality. I definitely think it is.
Is there a point, or is there a circumstance to where the boundaries don't work anymore? Like, as far as if you take away something, like, say for instance, my son, my youngest son, he was in the video games. You know what I'm saying? Had a problem in school. We snatched the video games, and then he became, okay, I'm gonna just watch YouTube, play people watching the game. You know what I'm saying? So, a kid is gonna develop something else to be interested in, to hold their attention. Now, you could take the whole TV, or you know what I'm saying, you could do these type of things, but eventually, what if those things don't work?
I mean, what if you hit the kid and he learns to hit the other kids and starts fighting? What if he learns that hitting is a way of making his point? What if he thinks that hitting is what you do when someone disappoints you? Why is that extreme? How is that extreme? That's reality as fuck.
Because a child getting a spanking because of something they've done wrong does not mean they have to turn around and be.
But it happens every day. It happens every day. If you look at most people,
there are millions of kids that were chastised and did not grow up to be violent, bro. Don't have to make that extreme comparison. A parent is supposed to discipline a child. Sometimes it has to be hands-on. Some people don't agree with that. I get it, but I'm just saying it doesn't make it slavery. It doesn't make it anything but somebody bigger, a creator that created something, telling the child, listen, this is what you can and should not do. And if you're going to be taken care of by me, these are the rules. So if you want to associate that with enslavement, I'll let you have that one too. And if that child gets out of line after so many times, I'm not saying every time, but if we've had this conversation over and over and over, and we've done all these wonderful talks that you're speaking on, my brother, then it's time to get in that ass.
I think, and also I'm gonna say this right here.
I think if you had those 3 or 4 conversations and it's time to get in that ass, you're not having the right conversations. I think it's time for you to look in the mirror. I think if you're, if you're
like you ain't never been a rebellious child, bro. I think if you're never been a rebellious child. Children are rebellious, period, bro.
I think if your action, is to hit,
how you were as a kid, bro.
I think if your action, if you think your action is to hit this child is the best reaction, I think you need to check yourself. You need to check yourself.
So you trying to say the principals and the teachers back in the day need to check themselves?
Absolutely,
when you had to get a
absolutely. That's why that shit was wrong.
Fucking up, and you needed to do something.
I'm not hurt. I'm not hurt at all by it.
That's absolutely insane, bro.
And I think that your point is absolutely fucking barbaric. And I think it's barbaric. I think it's barbaric. I think it's ancient. I think it's ancient. I think it's animalistic. I think it's barbaric. I think it's beneath humanity.
Ooh,
I
snaps
think
for
it is
his.
how you treat an animal and how you treat a slave. That is
Wow.
what you treat. That is what you want to do to get someone in line.
Thank you, Sean.
So you using your words as how different than that. Well, I'm just using another outlet.
I
No,
think
you keep that.
physical because as they get
Touch the rim
older,
on my
they will
game.
be able to use their words, and we can have a conversation.
But
And
is there not a,
as they're getting older now, they're able to use their words. They're able to think.
so people
They're
that
able
got
to
whoopings then?
understand.
So
They're
people that
able
got
to
whoopings are not
understand.
able to use
I
their
just
words now?
no, I'm just thinking that it's a more barbaric way. There's a way to get from A to Z.
There's more than one.
And I think that is one of the very harsh, worst ways to get there. It doesn't mean I was whooped, I was beaten, I was passed around. You know what I'm trying to say? I had several whoopings in a day. I had several whoopings in a day.
What did you do to
I
deserve that?
was cool.
What did you do to deserve that?
Maybe talk crazy loud back to a woman.
So
Maybe
Oh,
say
to a
maybe
woman?
use a,
All right,
maybe
all right.
maybe say a profanity word. Nothing to
So
be
after
beat.
that,
Nothing.
it's
Hold
out
on,
to
hold on. Nothing to be
We
hit
get
3
to the
fucking
meat.
times by a group of bunch of people. No.
We get to the meat.
No, it's the point of I see other kids doing it. It didn't affect me. I was at least raised by people who were genuine and
They
didn't try to
cared.
take my motherfucking head off. Right. But at the end of the day, I still feel like to this day, my parents basically had a lot to do with raising my niece, and they didn't hit her. They realized, no, but they hit my sister. They realized there was a different way to do things, and there was a possible negative reaction to hitting, and how sometimes you can get overly angry and go too far. You can say, "Oh, I've done it once or twice," but that once or twice lasts forever in that kid's mind, and there can be reaction to that. There can be reaction to talking and talking and talking and letting things slide. There's a reaction to things, but I also think that parenting is a hard thing. You got to know your child. I just think if your choice is to hit a kid, I think you need to look in the mirror.
Let me run through the comments real quick. Andre said, we answered the question. Free soul, did you get whooped as a child? Yes, he did. God punished the plagues. Okay, serious, man. The difference of opinion and still loving one another, man. Okay, so he said God punished with plagues, death, etc. for what? Disobedience. Natasha said,
Says you.
then
Says
take
you.
away video games, YouTube, and their TV, their favorite activity, etc. Add chores, jobs, etc. If all of that doesn't work, what makes you think that a spanking will work? Some kids will rebel no matter
Yeah, some
no
kids,
matter what, respectfully asking.
and I agree. And some kids are. Did you want to say
I
something?
wanted to jump in after you, but you had already started.
I'm sorry.
All right, so I would say this, you know what I'm saying? Now, this is what I take pride in. My son called me one time after a whooping. He was like, he recognized, you know what I mean? Because again, I'm not jumping angry. I'm not jumping like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I said, now look, this is what the problem is. If you don't correct it, you're mature enough to understand this is how you address it. I've already given you ways to solve the problem if there is an issue. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is, if it's an adult, if it's a child, you know how to solve issues. I've given you that without violence. Communication is the way. I've already explained that. So once you understand that and you choose to do something else, then your choices will get you this response. So gave him a couple chances. I say, hey, man, you got to get it. I didn't even want to. Like I said, I don't even want. My dad did never whoop me. I did not want to be the whooping dad. My mom whooped me, so I understood the importance of getting in line or having, you know what I'm saying, respect. You know what I mean? But the man called me and said, look, I remember, you right. I was out of line and I deserved that. You know what I'm saying? And most of the whoopings my kids got was because they deserved it out of, hey, I gave you examples. I gave you enough chances. You know how to handle otherwise. If you're going to do something mischievous or something not how you carry yourself, you're going to get dealt with, especially if you get ample opportunities. I don't feel bad about it outside of this is not who I want to
But
be.
first off, I definitely don't not trying to make anybody feel like a bad person or guilt trip or anything. I just think that, to say that my shit is insane or whatever, that's your opinion about if
That's why
that's
he
your
Yeah,
opinion,
responded.
that push the
if
button,
that's
boy.
your
I'm
opinion,
saying.
if that's your personal opinion about it, when my personal opinion about it, it is barbaric,
Well,
and I think that
let
it
me clear up
works.
my point because I wasn't saying that your whole idea was insane. I just feel that it's being related back to tied to enslavement. I think.
I think it's a slavery concept. It's a mental slavery concept, not just back to slavery. It's like there are a lot of things that are
But they
enslavements.
were doing
I
stuff
think
before
that's
slavery.
no, and that's what I'm saying. This isn't even about like slavery, black people, white people, slavery. This is an enslavement practice.
I thought it was a society mentality, like if
To
like in the place where the guy got a cane for stealing,
as
or
the
you lose a hand.
in that society, I'm calling that an enslavement
But to
society.
me, that isn't a enslavement. That
I
is an
disagree.
establishment of the rules. Like if you're in a
That's,
community, if we're in a
How
community,
do you keep
hold on.
order
That,
then?
let,
Okay, let me. Just how do
go
you
ahead.
keep order then? From if because if kids don't have order instilled in them, they grow up to become adults that have no order. Do
Let me
you
break it
agree
down
we
in the
need
community.
order?
yeah.
How do you? What is your
That's
explain
what
to me?
I think that's what we've been talking about the whole time. I think there's many ways of
So what about the rebellious kids? So that was my point. I guess I became a little irate because
okay.
when we're
There's this kid.
teenagers, we sometimes just want to buck the system as kids.
So there's this kid. There's three kids. They post up on two different street corners. They sell water. I pulled up on them very first time. There's this little dude, a girl, and a little chunky dude. Okay. All right, other kids, they dope. Very first time I pulled up on them, I saw them right in the car right before me. Their hands all in the car, hands all in the car. So I'm like, yo, when I get up to my car, I'm like, yo, man, hold up, man. First off, man, don't put your hands in the car, man. Somebody take your hand, grab you, pull you up in this thing, drive off with you. Second off, it's disrespectful. You trying to hustle. So no one thing you want to do is be respectful to the people you trying to get money from. So anyway, we had this relationship. I give one of them a little change. I notice how the chunky one takes the dough from the girl. I see it when I'm driving off. I say, hey man, I see that. I'm gonna remember that. You know what I'm saying? Pull up the next time he comes up to the car, wants $1. I'm like, no, 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 no. You took the money from the homegirl, so you last in line. I'm gonna take care of the young lady first here. I'm gonna give her $5, and next time it's you, little man. You the next one on the line. Oh man, whatever, whatever, whatever. Oh man, get up to the car, you ready to argue. I'm like, see, man, look, your attitude, man. Look how you talking. You trying to ask me for something, but you think you gonna yell it out of me? You gonna force it out of me? If you like a girl right now, you gonna force her to go on a date with you? You can't force it out. You gotta talk to me about it. He listen, check it out. Next time, little dude's turn. He came up to the car. Come on, man, just give me a little something. I said, nah, bro. I told you the way you did it last time. I can't do it. Next time it's shoot. Next time he came around, he remembered. Came up to the car. He was nice about it. Gave his cash. Just saw the dude on the way up here just now. Came up. Hey, what's up, man? What's going on, bro? We talking now. His whole way he's rushing, talking about it. Whole way he's thinking about it now is I didn't have to jack the dude up. I didn't have to talk crazy to him. I didn't have to do nothing. I gotta look at him in his eye and show him that he liked the car. First time he's like, "Oh man, that car you in sweet, man." You know, he already
Certain amount of admiration for it.
right. So it's like you take that and you demand that respect through communication, through bonding, through relating. I relate to you, my G. I relate to your hustle right now. I'm relating to you right now. And if no one ever told me not to run up on nobody like that, I wouldn't have done it. You see, I would have ran up on people. So, it's like it was talk to them, man. And if these are your fucking kids and you can't talk to them out of the whooping, to me, that's what I'm saying. It's like I just disagree. And I can understand if you raised that way, and it ain't nothing wrong with it. I love my mom and dad. I love them. They did that to me, but
And you deserved it. You was
and
supposed to get your ass.
there's
I'm gonna tell
no
them,
way
shout
in
out
this
to them,
world.
Mr. and Mrs. Anderson. Y'all did
Mr. and
good.
Miss Anderson, we love you.
Salute. We love y'all for putting hands on this dude,
Right here, this one right
even if
Chris.
he's still burnt up about it.
Mhm.
here. Yo, there are multiple ways of raising kids. I think a little bit of it all helps. Oh, my bad. Excuse me. There are multiple ways of rearing kids. I don't.
I think it's one definite way that's all this across the board.
Hell no. But the discussion is great.
No, you don't pass
Because
any
I
judgment.
admire you, believe it or not, to have that patience in them right now. I I'm excited. How old is Sonny? He's 7. Am I correct?
He's 8. He's
He's
about to be 8. He's
8.
about to be 8 at the end of
Okay,
this
he's about
month.
to be 8. So I just want to know you for 14 more years. And if you can make it to 21 and him not causing you to go ahead and bro, I'm gonna salute you like a
I don't see
motherfucker.
how
And I
he could
mean
ever
that from
come
the
out of
bottom
that.
of my heart because I'm sincere
Listen,
about
man.
this
Listen,
because
man.
I don't
I
see
didn't
how
mean to
he
be
could ever come
offensive
out
in
of
my
that.
Listen,
statement,
man.
but
Listen, man. Now
like
my wife would let you know all day, bro.
Was she whoop?
I'm me first.
Was she
Let me
whooped?
tell you. I don't know. I don't think so. Think like one time she didn't make it in the house. Sometime. Um, I'm me first. G. Fuck around with my peace. Fuck around and go against me with my peace of mind. You can get the fuck out, homie.
You gonna kick your kids out?
You can go.
Hell no.
okay, so there
can
was a
go.
line somewhere, and
You
here
can
it
go.
is. Thank you.
You
I
can
knew it
go.
was somewhere in there.
What I'm trying to
goddamn.
say,
I knew
what
it
I'm
was
saying is,
somewhere
if
in
my
there.
if my
You
last
just
resort,
said
if
it.
my last
Thank
resort,
you.
if my last
Put
resort
hands on
is
you.
to put hands on you.
Isaac, I just heard what I've been searching for.
You gotta
This
get the
entire
fuck out.
conversation. I had to call him
If
insane.
and I
make
don't
him
think that day will
mad.
ever come.
Nah, he did.
And I guarantee
I'm done
hold up,
now.
I put everything on the
I am
line.
done.
That
Hey,
day will
y'all,
never
thanks for
come.
tuning in. I love y'all for watching.
I don't know how he
I ain't
could
putting
ever
my
come.
hands on these
I
fucking
don't think you
children,
could ever
man. You
come
got
out of
me
this
fucked up.
mindset. I don't think you could ever come out of this mindset.
I ain't hitting no woman.
I
I ain't
think-
hitting no kids. This shit ain't never gonna happen on me, and it's gonna be hard getting me to hit a brother, a brown brother, ever again in my life. It's gonna be hard.
I respect
It's
that.
gonna be hard to get you to get it.
Now you
Now,
would shoot the shit out of him, but I ain't gonna hit
I
him.
ain't gonna hit him.
nah, it'd be
Put
hard
this
for me to
4-5
shoot
in
you.
you.
It's hard for me to shoot you. It'd be hard for me to hit anybody, you know. But
That's real. That's a level of peace. That's
but
Buddha shit.
at this point in my life, G, I ain't got time to be hitting you, man.
But are you? So that means boarding school, whatever. I mean,
Man,
because
get
if it
the
happens,
fuck
if
out.
it happens too early,
If I can't control you at 10 years old, baby, what's
Come
school?
on.
What's school? Is
Come
a
on.
good school
Come on,
for
here.
this little motherfucker right here.
That we're gonna send him to.
And we sending his ass to that motherfucker. I ain't playing with you, man. Ain't nobody. I tell these kids all day. Who is that? Who is first to daddy? They'll say, daddy. So who needs to be first to you? Me. Make yourself motherfucking first. Do yourself first. Love yourself first. I love myself first. Ain't neither one of y'all gonna take my peace.
wow.
Ain't neither one of y'all gonna
That's a
take my
dope ass
motherfucking peace,
mentality.
man.
Like that.
Respect,
That
respect to the
I
mentality
cannot
on that
argue
for
with
real,
that.
bro.
Like,
Yo,
hey,
I salute on that.
Ice Eskimos selling game
Let
to
nobody
players.
disturb your fucking peace.
Make your peace first priority.
Mm-hmm.
I see these people going crazy over they fucking 16 or 17, 18. I'd be like, man, fuck that nigga, man. I would be like, bro, I had you for fucking 16 years. You and this big of an idiot? Ain't shit I can say to you now.
This
I
gonna
love you.
change.
I love you. I love you. The door is open when you want to act sane. But get the fuck out of here.
Let me ask you a question.
You gonna spend the night over this bitch house again? Homeboy, tell the hoe you can move in with the bitch, all right?
Did you?
You good. Enjoy that shit over there. Come home with a fucking baby. You don't come home with a fucking baby.
Number one.
Get an abortion
You-
and don't come home?
You don't come home with a fucking
Hey,
baby.
check this out. So let me ask you: did
Period.
you and the wife discuss child rearing before y'all had kids? Because the thing
She
is,
knows it. I told him, dude, this is your life.
This
You
how
want
it is.
children. You want children. You having children. I love you. Me and you can roll like this forever. But if we're gonna do this child thing, at 18, they got to fucking go or something. They got to be on their own. Because at 18, it's me and you again. And I don't care. I'm doing my best to raise you now to be a dope individual. Be cool that I like to be around. Be someone that I want to be around. But if you go left, I'm gonna go hard right.
Do you not remember? Do you not remember though? There were stages. There are rebellious stages.
That's
there
all
are,
I was talking
think you
about,
forgetting.
bro.
I think you forget them. And you say relating to your kids. That's part of what kept me with them on that same level because I knew you're not gonna be perfect as a kid. You got different. You at school getting talked about. You at home. You
Bro.
got you know what I'm saying. It's so much going on.
Rebel, I read
Don't
you, but
forget
let's
a
talk.
kid. But I'm saying at this, it's a certain point where you know what I'm saying. You trying to figure it out for yourself. You might be rejecting advice.
Okay.
So I'm
That's
saying,
dope, and that's dope because I was like that. I'm free soul. My parents, I was totally white, so I can totally relate. And I think that I understand to know exactly how to give a kid enough freedom and have the conversation with it, and to not try to go in there and force your fucking
so
way
instead of
in there.
whooping, your
I'm
parents
gonna
should have
make
sent you
you.
away.
I'm gonna
I'm
make
asking.
you. No, I didn't need it. I didn't need the weapons. That shit. I didn't need that
Did
shit.
need them
So you
whippings,
feel you
man.
would have straightened up that simply
You would
just
have had
being
a baby
talked
if they
to?
didn't whoop
No,
you.
my daddy woke up to the fact, and by the time I was 15, 16, my sister was 12. He stopped hitting us. He woke up to the fact by then.
It is the point where you stop
He
hitting
woke
your
up.
kid.
He woke up to the fact. No, to the fact that there's no need to
But
hit
he was
y'all.
way too late.
And
you
and
feel?
and I was at my rebellious age at 14, 15, 16. It wasn't even then.
Oh wow,
It wasn't even
he
then.
started too early.
You see, no, but it was respect that I have through his conversations, but it also made me hate him and made me hate different certain things. It made me rebel in certain ways. It made me step away. It made me not trust. It made other people my go-to. You know what I'm trying to say? You might get mad enough, nigga, want to hit me. Fuck that. I'm gonna talk to that motherfucker over here
I'm
and do this
talking
shit over
about a
here.
totally different place. Because see, like most of the examples I've heard from you is angry parent or hauling off and hitting. I I'm
No,
coming
I'm
from a
saying for
place of
reasons.
just listen. You're out of order. You know that there has to be something that happens to you because of this.
I can't stand that so much,
You
Carlos.
don't like order. That you don't want to talk about
makes
order.
me, it makes me
But
shake.
I want to
It makes
explain.
me shake when he says, "When you're out of order,
Let
you
me explain
deserve
something.
to be."
And it
hit."
makes sense
So
because
if
he's free.
so, if
It
Sonny
makes
went to
me-
school
it
and
makes me
so if Sonny went to school and was out of order, that doesn't
somebody
upset
fucking hit him and he didn't hit their ass the fuck back,
No.
Let me
then
explain.
he and I have me and I have
No,
a
I'm not even talking
misunderstanding.
about that. I'm just saying, or doing what the teacher
fighting
asked
back.
him to do, or doing what somebody that was in
Oh,
charge
yeah,
asked
you
him
do.
to do.
No,
And
you respect your teacher. You don't talk back to your teacher. You respect your
so
teacher.
in
But I don't have to hit you to you understand that.
Let me
I don't have to hit you to
let
get
me
you to
explain.
understand that.
Let me explain something so you understand community order. So if you're in a community and this is your phone and I take your phone, it has to be some kind of understanding that that's not how it goes down. Now, if your first rule is conversation, okay, cool. Then my next thing I'm gonna take something else from you. Then what are you gonna do? Just keep letting me take shit? But I'm saying in a community,
I'm gonna get the fuck away from you.
in a community though, in a situation where it has to be repercussions for taking something.
And I'm gonna tell you, at some point, leave my shit alone. At some point, I'm gonna tell you, leave my shit alone. And at some point, you might stupid enough to fucking want to get violent with me. And what other choice do I have to get violent back with you? But that is if my son steps up to me at 16 and try to hit me, I'm gonna knock his ass the fuck out.
If your son,
But that's not. But
if
that
your son got balls enough to step to you and try to swing on you, you ain't did your job as a parent, punking them to let them know that that's how you not do that shit. Now that might go against your code as far as fear,
Yeah,
but my son
we don't.
had to
Me
know
and my
early.
son. Me and my,
You ain't gonna come to me.
me
'Cause
and
I knew you were gonna be
but
bigger
see,
than me.
I do that through playing, and I never would punk my son. I do that through playing with him
you
now.
say play, what do you mean?
When we rough play,
Slam him, let him know.
yeah,
But what-
I do that. I do that. I do that. He get hurt
He gonna
sometimes.
put a- he
And
gonna put a-
sometimes,
Hey, he
He gonna put
suplexed the
sometimes-
shit out of his
and
son,
sometimes-
but he
and
won't
sometimes-
whoop him.
and
Come on, you want to
sometimes
suplex?
because it's manly shit. It's manly shit. We gonna play rough.
Oh,
you
you
gonna
made
be
4
rough?
C's? You want to suplex?
No, no.
Bring home no
That,
motherfucking C's.
man, listen.
Ever again.
If I ever whip my kids over grades, y'all shoot me.
No, I said suplex him instead of
Man,
whooping him.
if I-
You get outside.
man,
This is what you gonna do. You
I
gonna put
never
him
give a
out when
fuck
he
about no
roughhouse
grade.
you too hard. He go, ugh, I got you, daddy.
Get out.
It's time for you to
You
go.
Get your shit.
Get your shit. I ain't number 15.
Get
I'm in
your
the ninth
shit.
grade. Get your
Baby.
shit.
Baby, I told you I ain't had no fucking kids. I fucking told your ass this shit.
Now look what him now.
It's fucking time. Get these kids the fuck out of here. All
Reach
right,
up in
let's
the
go to the
medicine
beach like we said we were gonna do. Goddammit.
Reach up
Hell
in the
yeah.
medicine
This nigga
cabinet
got
and
too
grab
rough.
it.
He too rough.
Man, I think there's a way to have a relationship with your child where you can have a bond with them, and I've seen it too many times. I've seen way more relationships that have been great between father and son and mother than I've seen that have been horrible. I've seen some that have been horrible, but I've seen way more have been great. The ones I've seen been great parents didn't believe in hitting kids. I do know some kids that have been hit by their parents are wonderful kids and wonderful relationship with their parents. It's up to you. Do the fucking thing that you like to do, whatever feels best for you, whatever you feel is right for you and your child. You know what I'm trying to say? But when you come at me and say that my shit's stupid, you say that putting a child in timeout or taking money from them or punishing them or
It's
trying to talk
insane.
to them is insane or makes them weak, I'm gonna say to you that beating your child and
It's
treating them
barbaric.
crazy is the reason why you got people going off at Kroger's acting crazy as hell at putt putt. I'm gonna come down at your ass and say the same fucking thing. The
You would
ways
have
that
to
you
do
act.
research to find out if those kids are getting whooped. You can't just assume that they're not, because I would think that they
See,
probably
when it
may
comes to
not be.
that, we got to do research. But when it comes to me doing my shit, we ain't got to do the research. I'm the one
I
that's
mean,
gonna
it
get my
make a good
ass whooped
point.
because I'm
I
just
mean,
saying.
you make a good point, man.
I'm just saying we got to be fair about the whole thing. And also, I think it's just for some people you got to understand. Like watching some people eat meat, it's very hard for people to do. Some people they listen to anyone try to punk out or scare or intimidate a child in order to because they are punished. It's hard for me.
I respect that.
It's a hard thing for me to do, and I'm never gonna jump into nobody's shit at Kroger
I saw,
and get involved in your shit.
Oh God, no.
I'm not gonna do that. But I would never treat my children like that. And
me
you
and my
know,
girl was at the doctor, and I saw an old dude punking his wife. And I'm talking about she was so shaky. He was like, "Hold this," and then she wasn't holding it right. And like it was like she was kind of getting to the point where I guess she couldn't right remember, or he was just punk. You could see how scared she was. You know what I'm saying? So that type of punking to me is a whole different level. When a person is not does not feel comfortable being around you, to me that means you are popping off erratically. You know what I'm saying? But again, I think one of our next topics should be, when will you send, or would you send your kids to, you know what I'm saying, away,
Boarding school.
you know what I'm saying, boarding school or something. But we had a couple more topics we're gonna touch on.
You broke that dish.
I
Pack
think
your
I
shit.
definitely think, and I don't think nothing's wrong with boarding school, man. Do y'all think something's wrong with boarding school?
No.
I think there've been some
But
great
see,
people
my
have
thing
gone to boarding school,
is,
man.
some kids
I could have
need
done
that.
great at boarding school.
Some
I would have
kids
enjoyed that
need
shit.
that. Just
Yeah.
like I feel some kids need their ass whooped. There are kids out there that may not ever need a whooping. That's all I was saying. That when I meant by insane, all I was saying is to feel that all kids don't need to be reprimanded at
Carlos,
some point. That's all I meant by that. I was not talking
Right.
about or disrespecting your idea.
the
I'm
ignorant
just saying
thing,
I know there's some
insane.
kids out there that need their ass whooped, and to feel otherwise, it's like I felt at that moment. That was insane.
This question go from you to free to me.
Okay.
Did you do anything in your upbringing that you know was whooping deserving, and what was it?
Oh God, fucking up in junior high, high school, changing my report cards.
All right, free. He
I,
felt like that was
I
deserving.
never I got whoopings for shit that I
That
didn't
you didn't feel like
deserve,
deserve. Okay,
but I got away with shit that I never got caught for. Like
okay.
I stole a car and shit like
Did
that.
you feel like you was deserving of a whooping for that?
That would have been one, but I would understood
Okay,
why you would have got in my ass because that could have led me to
to
police beating my
jail.
ass.
Yeah,
That
okay,
could have been the
that
big
makes
deal.
sense.
But still, what's hitting me
I
gonna
got you.
do?
I was in maybe I was maybe 14, and my mom bought my sister and I a car. She just bought me a car just because she didn't want to say it was just my sister's, but I was 2 years away from getting the car. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't even old enough. But 4th of July, so I took the car, joyride. My sister told me, "Hey, you take this car. I ain't give you permission. You just took it." So I got my friends in the car. We riding around the apartment, you know what I'm saying? And when I tell you a car came out of nowhere, and it's a stick shift, so I wasn't really good with driving, I yanked that junk to the right, you know what I'm saying, and go up on the curb and knock over the green box, the car on the side, you know what I'm saying? And we hear the
Damn.
I'm talking about, I hear my homeboy yell, "Man, get out, it's gonna blow."
Oh
Everybody
shit!
running in the back of the
Your
apartment,
heart is beating too, cause
power out, you know
you
what I'm
got a lot
saying?
going through your
I'm
mind
talking
this
about, man,
time.
I'm like, I went home. This is the first time I tested God. I ran home. I got on the ground. My sister like, "What's wrong with you?" I pushed I pushed her out the way. I go in my dad's room. I slam the door. I lock it, and I'm praying. I'm like, "Lord, if you real, please, just like on Superman, go back and rewind time." I'm like, "I'll be a priest or whatever you want me to be, Lord. I'm promised." I open my eyes. The shit's still dark. I'm like, okay, it might not be a God. Like I wasn't even sure. I prayed that hard. I prayed like, God, if you for real, like for real,
You knocked the power out.
yes, I knocked out the power. I'm like, if you for real, God. I'm like, God, if you for real,
Want Jesus to fix it? Now you want
man,
Jesus
I'm
to
talking.
fix it.
I'm so serious to God, like, bro, if you for real, like Like you ain't gonna, I ain't gonna be no question. I ain't gonna want no more. You just show me right now. This is the one time I need you. This is the one time I need you to show yourself for show, and I'm done with anything.
That sounds like
so
the
what
same.
happened? So what happened in the end?
Man, I opened my eyes, lights still off.
But your mama,
God didn't come through. I put my dad pull up, and my uncle in town. My dad pull up. He was like, "Man, hey, take my keys, drive around and show me how you did that shit." Man, that man was so cool, bro. When I tell you, dog, I was like, "You ain't man." I started crying just off that. You know what I'm saying? I started crying off. No whooping. No, I'm crying. You know what I'm saying? They was the coolest they ever been. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that was the same kind of prayer when I had fucked up tough on my report card. So my shit was really didn't do shit in school. Somewhere on the walk home, my dumb ass would never wait till I got home. I tried to change my shit. This was when they first started giving the report cards on a sheet of paper, versus the folded in the elementary. I go and try to change these F's to B's. And again, my granddaddy was from Como, Mississippi, born in 1925. So yeah, his answer to everything was to beat your ass. So might have some shit I need to work on, bro. He would wait to right before bedtime to issue his ass whooping. So I done got out at 2:15, home by 2:30, 2:40. I got to wait and eat dinner and do homework. And
so did he tell you it was coming, or did it was unannounced?
Oh no, I knew. I'm gonna beat your ass.
Hold on. So you turned in a report card, and he just looked there like, "Oh, I'm gonna beat your ass."
Oh, he already knew. You can see the ink versus what was printed and all of that shit. So man, I'd go in the bathroom right before that whooping, bro, and I would do that same prayer. I just started messing with weed and shit, so I had a little bag of grass in there. Bro, I would take the weed, go in the bathroom and lock the door and start that same prayer and be like negotiating with God. God, I promise you I will flush all this weed, Lord, down this toilet. If you just, God, please, I just don't want him to kill me, God. If you just one time, Lord, just see, watch, God, watch. You see me, God? I'm pouring the weed down.
That might answer the prayer, though. You didn't
No,
die.
no, bro. He still beat the shit out of me, bro. After that,
I'm
shit.
saying, but you didn't die, though. You your prayer was that you didn't want to die.
Is my food? Could my food be boxed?
Oh, she can't touch it no more.
Oh yeah, forgot. And one more white green tea.
We only got 7 minutes.
Yes. Man, well, those were the days.
Man,
I was begging God, please, please.
It reminds me of puts me in another topic that we were going to discuss. Traveling. See, a lot of people traveling.
Okay.
How you feel about traveling and saving money?
I'm happy to be
like if you had an opportunity, like how important to you is it to see the world or to have a certain amount of, you know what I mean? Like, do you think traveling comes at a certain expense? Do you need to have a certain amount of funds saved up? I think there's something financial conversation amongst our community I think is important. By the way, anybody who owns a home wants to get rid of your home. You know what I mean? That needs help getting rid of your home. Know somebody that for whatever reason, make sure you holler at me. You follow me. My email is chris@elitehomeflippers.com. Send me a message there. You can follow me on Facebook at Free Soul or Chris Anderson. But I'm getting you out of the house real easy. No closing costs.
Hey.
No real estate fees.
Sweet shit.
No agent fees. You know what I'm trying to say? Sweet deal. And if you don't have a house and you know somebody that does, I give you $1,000 at closing. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know some of these people got like 4 or 5 houses. So, you got somebody got 4 or 5 houses. That's 4 or 5 G's, man. Anyway, so like I'm saying, man, there's certain lifestyle that people are living that we don't really talk about within our community, and we don't understand credit, housing, any type of finances, how to build our wealth at all. And I see a lot of us, not in a traveling situation as in a comedic way or musician way. I'm saying people who are just using savings to go to Miami or to the NBA All-Star game
to kick it,
and got to get back by Sunday night because they got to be at work by 6 o'clock in the morning. So some shit ass jobs that they hate to work. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? Like,
The way you described it specifically, I'm not a fan of it. As far as somebody, having to rush back to a job they don't like, but I think it's important. I think it's levels. You know what I'm saying? I think it's levels. I think part of it is saving and experiencing life on another level. You know what I'm saying? I think secluded beaches and different other excursions and seeing Africa and other parts of the country and the world that you never thought you would see. I think saving and making those trips happen is important. I think enjoying the journey too. I think it's small trips are important too. I think not all I'm saving for this trip. If you saving for a trip for next year, you know what I'm saying? Or you need to do something in between. I think you still need to do some living in between too. I think it's important to get to a financial place where you can do whatever you want to do whenever you want to do it, of course. Yeah. But if you're talking about day-to-day people who work in jobs, I think it's important for you to save for something, save for just in case, and as well as save for, what you want to do with your family trips or whatever, but also take little trips in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy the process, enjoy the ride, because it ain't got to be perfect. Basically, what I'm saying, it ain't all got to be perfect for you to have a good time.
Well said, Rob. It's a little difficult for me because, fortunately, my 20 plus years of traveling the world has all come through somebody else's dime, and
Getting paid to travel.
I'm collecting the check. So that's puts me in a weird place. I'm definitely humbled by it all and grateful. Um, for others, for the people who live that lifestyle of I work hard so I can play hard, save hard to protect yourself and never leave yourself vulnerable to as many things as you can.
That
Shit like
makes sense.
COVID, none of us could prepare for unless we had 3 years worth of savings put up, that kind of thing. Unless we were just so financially structured, you saw this coming. But other than that, that's I asked. There's only There's just one. Okay, so
Hey, look,
um,
3 of them.
I know
Put them
I'm
all in
enjoy
one
that.
glass.
Um, I think people should. If you'd like some, you could have some. Yes, long as you know what a third is. Is Oh, okay. Well, you can have half then.
No, sir, I'm good.
See, look at that. Look at that. Look at you measure that
I
out.
didn't want my shit playing nobody else's
Okay.
glass.
So
I'm so weird. Fuck it. I just pull mine out of my shit.
I think we should work and enjoy the things on whatever level we are living life on to the fullest. If you working for that one summer trip and that one winter trip or that one family trip or that one yearly getaway, whatever that is, make it special. Yes, you should enjoy the baby steps here and in between, but I know saving, we've really got to get back
No
to
facts.
the building of the wealth for our families and generations, and that starts with savings, and that starts with financial wisdom. And I don't know how much of that shit we get and or pass down to the next generation. So we definitely need to do more of that as much as we possibly can.
Hey, that's why I didn't mess with Good Time.
Rod
They
Bland in the
never
house.
took a family. They never took a trip. James and Florida never took a trip on Good Time. Them
Blam.
folk never. If you know,
No, they did they went to the log cabin one time. Florida and James went because
And
of
one
he
time in five
and he
seasons,
died on a trip.
he
yo.
was working, man.
Yeah, he was
He
working
died on a trip.
Yeah,
construction.
on a work trip. That ain't the same thing.
Damn it.
On a work trip.
Damn,
How you
damn,
feel?
damn, man. Look, I have my personal opinions about it,
Sure.
and I think as a community, if we mad about this and we mad about that, and we don't own shit, but we been to Puerto Rico,
We ain't gonna change shit.
man. It's just depressing to me. I wish we'd put our money together. Fuck Puerto Rico, dog. Fuck Amsterdam. Let them go to Amsterdam. We don't need. We ain't got time for that shit right now.
So
Let's build some shit where our kids can do that shit. But like and if you have the money to do it, like if you got a house, you got a kids, you got your business, you do fucking travel to the world for sure. But
If you ain't got your shit working this job is not that you don't like,
Come up
man,
with a
be
plan.
depressed.
No, come up with a plan. If you got enough money, say $5,000, get this job, and you flip you some cars, you can flip you some houses.
A
Hell, you
hustle.
can buy, you get you something that you enjoy doing. You're in pain to make some fucking pain. You do something.
You should
Believe
be
in something.
all focused on
Believe in
getting the
something.
money.
No, believing in something. Should be all focused and believing and building something, making better of yourself, and not getting caught up in the bullshit, the distractions of different places in the world. What are you gonna do? Okay, you're gonna get on a plane.
The
You're
experience.
gonna get some drinks on the plane. You're gonna go to a fucking hotel room. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna sing in the hotel room just like all the other hotel rooms you ever seen in your fucking life. You know what I'm saying?
All
Say
trips aren't
you're
the
spending the
same.
same goddamn money to do what? Right now you're gonna go to a club. You're gonna eat food at new little spot. You're gonna do man. Fucking, do you understand? Like, bro, literally just made fucking $12,000 flipping houses. I spent all of $2,000. Like that's my point is people spending $2,000 on a trip and not even trying to make any dough. So it's just like I respect it. Do you, boo? You don't know how to do the flip houses. You don't know how to do the cars. I get it. What makes you happy is going to Miami this weekend and going to NBA All Star. I get it. Go have fun. But man, we gotta get a little tighter than this, man. We gotta come together and educate each other a little
I
better.
agree. I agree 100% that we definitely need to do better. We definitely need to align our savings and be prepared for emergencies and stuff like that without question. But my question is again, are you going to sacrifice for 3 years? Are you going to say, "Hey, I'm not going to do anything for 3 years." And then
I think you have to. I think
but
sacrifice
what
is
if
the
in those
reward.
3 years you develop cancer or you know what I'm saying? I mean, what
That's a big what if.
it
Now you being extreme
Yeah,
now,
I
that's
am
Rob.
being
big.
extreme,
That's
but
a
the thing
big
is
what
that
if.
life is not promised to me
No,
for to
no, but life is it's there's rewards
If
in
you don't,
building
if
and
you don't get it,
sacrificing. There's
you would have
rewards
already
in that.
started the building for the next generation. If you don't make it, you've already at least started the process for the child
isn't
who will be the benefactor of your hard work.
so let me ask you a question. So if you have a life insurance policy where you leave your kids a big amount of money or something like that, is that not the same thing, or do you have to actually build something, or do you feel like that's a
I think that's wonderful. Leave your kids something wonderful. Absolutely.
I'm saying is that like I'm saying, can you live your life? Okay, and I'm not chasing this box. I'm not chasing this. I gotta have this amount of money. Oh,
You got to know what's real to you. You
I
got to
know,
be
I
real
know.
to
Of
yourself.
course, we talking about for self. You know what I'm saying I'm just talking about just hypothetical or whatever kind of questions to just make us have a great conversation. So I'm saying like I feel like you got to protect yourself. You got to be prepared for the what ifs. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely got areas to grow in. So I'm not saying what you all saying is not making sense. But I'm saying if you got life insurance and your folks ain't got to worry about your passing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't finna leave nobody in the hole. You got shit covered. You got that business taken care of. You so you need to just well
Life has got to be a lot more to me. To me, life is a lot more. Okay, I got life insurance. My kids are straight. I'm here for a reason.
exactly. It's not. It's
So
just,
it's building something more. So to me, I just feel like we're trying to make the most out of this life. And to me, that's my goal at least. And I feel like on a trip little excursion, you got 7 grand. You spend 5 grand to go to Puerto Rico. That doesn't make sense to me. I think we could do better than that. I think that if you have 7 grand, you spend 1,500 on your trip.
oh, most definitely.
You see what I'm trying to say? You go
Okay.
on a trip.
Okay. No,
You go on a trip
we in agreement.
if that's what's important to you.
I
See,
mean,
to me, shoes are important to me, right? But you know what I made up my mind? I made up my mind is and I want to make 1 million cash. The moment I made up that 1 million cash in 1 year, I won 1 million cash in 1 year in my fucking bank account. Fuck whatever cash else I got in this bank account right here. I want 1 million fucking dollars. When I made up that mind and that my mind, and I really became focused on that, I've stopped buying shoes. I can't go think about the last time I go to the mall. I ended up buying shit that I wore at the last show was merchandising that I'd already paid for that I'm selling. Old shoes that I'm wearing. You see me that I already
and
had.
the merch is fresh too. I meant to
Thank you,
point
Yeah.
that
man.
out.
Thank you very much.
I
Appreciate it,
don't
man.
have it,
Y'all
man.
go to
Twister had it around one
freesoulvibes.com,
time, so
man.
they see that dope
Free Soul
ass.
Vibes,
Yeah,
man. You
it's
know
a
what I'm
good
saying?
shit.
Go
Dope
check it
shit.
out.
And I got some merch too, so y'all want to fuck with my merch.
Absolutely, man. Check them out. He's got
What
some
does
dope
it say?
shit.
It's warm and it's red and it says "fuck the devil," right?
Devil, you hear me?
You hear me?
But yeah.
But man, we can just be more intelligent. We have to be. We
I think
have to
that's
be.
accurate. I just want us to enjoy the ride too. And again, that might not be accurate. I don't know
You
if
know
that's right.
how much enjoying the ride is, bro, when you have something that's your own.
I'm
Do you
not.
know how much more fulfilling that is than having to go somewhere for 4 days and having to get on a fucking plane and come back home? It's just like you don't know how fulfilling the other side is because you wasting bullshit trying to flex for the gram and hang out with some bullshit ass dudes or dude trying to hang out with some bullshit women trying to flex for her. So he's spending 10 grand so he gets some fucking pussy over the weekend and he got to get back to work. Nigga had 8 grand in savings, put 2,000 on the credit card. Niggas, y'all know, you feel me? There's niggas out here that's watching right now that just got through doing that shit.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and I'm not disagreeing.
Wow.
With you. Now it was a point.
Wow.
It was a point in my life where I was seeing a lot of. I don't know what I mean. No, I mean I ain't buying no pussy, so I can't. It didn't fuck with me. But what I'm saying is, it was a point in my life where, and again, I'm not saying this is right for everybody, but I was seeing a lot of cash. I was seeing a lot of cash, so I could make enough money and kind of spend, kind of lounge for 3 months. I could have been sad. I could have did better, but in 3 to 6 months, I could chill for 3 months. You know what I'm saying? And I would take advantage. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I did not have the aspiration to work all year. I did not want to work all
That's
year.
why you met me.
I mean, this is years ago. This is
Okay.
but I mean,
Okay.
but
Okay.
I
I
mean,
thought you
we
knew
knew
that.
each other before all that
I'm saying,
shit.
well,
But
this is why we doing business now.
Yeah,
We need to
yeah,
work now
you
because
saying
I
some
said the
real
same to my
shit.
real estate brother today. He said the same thing.
You saying some real shit, so I'm saying I'm definitely open and I'm aware, and I think that's why this podcast is definitely a blessing for me because guys with different perspectives or more enlightenment on different levels is a gift. You know what I mean? So I'm with that. But at the same time, like again, this was years. This was years ago. You know what I'm saying? I want to say a little bit after 2000, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But I was getting enough money where it was like, hey, I'm gonna enjoy this shit. Like I'm not gonna. It's not about stacking. More so than it is about enjoying your life. Like I knew how I wanted to
You
live.
still agree with that?
I agree
You
with.
don't think you don't wish you would have saved any of that and flipped any of that in any type of.
I don't live with regret. Not
Of
necessarily
course
that.
not. Of
Not
course
necessarily
not.
that I wish I did it differently, but I know there was a better way. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that's regret, but because I mean I enjoyed it. I mean I was across the country and in parts of the world that I was happy with. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it wasn't moments that I was fucked up about. You know what I'm saying? Again, you make money to spend money, but at the same
But
time,
we gotta be see. But what I'm saying, as I feel you, I did the same thing. But I feel like my story to the people, to the youth, and to our community, it's got to be different.
definitely.
We got to be honest. You didn't gain nothing from that, but experiencing bitches. I mean, experience is
I didn't
cool.
say bitches though. Hold on, wait. I didn't say bitches. Did you say bitches?
Okay, well, I did.
I didn't.
I did.
Okay.
I
I
did.
was
In
gonna
my
make sure,
travels, in
'cause,
my travels,
that
in my
wasn't
travels,
that
that's what
wasn't
I
the
got
goal. The
from it.
experience was more than anything. But
But the
again,
experiences
that's
are cool.
invaluable.
Exactly. And the experiences are cool and they're great and they keep wisdom and it's wonderful. But there's experiences in saving, there's experiences in building, there's experience in owning your own, creating your own, and having your own, and hiring employees. And there's just too many of us don't have that experience. So many of us know what it's like to fly first class. So many of us know what it's like to get on a cruise boat. So many of us know what it's like to go out of the country. And so many of us don't know what it's like to get your own fucking business license. So many of us don't know what it's like to get your own fucking business account. You don't know how to set up your fucking payroll accounts. You don't. So many of us don't know how to do any of that shit. But we know how to buy tickets to go to Puerto Rico. That's a problem for me. That's a problem for me. And when I hear these same people talking about we don't matter,
Acting
why
like
should you
you
matter?
acting like you don't matter.
Yeah. Why should you matter? You got a little money, you got a little tax dollars, and you went and blew it on what? You had opportunity. You do have privilege. You do have opportunity. Not all, not everybody. Not everybody, but some of us have. Some of us have had a lot of money and blew right through it. We could have done more things to it. We have to be honest with ourselves so that we teach the younger people and other people who are inexperienced at that moment who are making money that it comes and it goes, man.
You teaching some game? I mean, are you teaching some classes, some flip houses classes?
I feel like as far as flipping
Because
houses or
all that
teaching,
what you are saying is important. I wanted to be
to
clear.
me, it's not about teaching game. It's about anybody want to come to me and ask me, can I get money with you? If I feel led to do cool, but like, no, I'm not teaching this. Like, I'm not sharing those things. It's not what I'm about. You know that.
I mean, you just give
But
it
if
to the
anybody,
podcast
but
people.
what I'm about is about people being true to themselves and thinking and being intelligent and making wise decisions that are true to themselves. Just be true to yourself. Some people want to travel the world, want to backpack, because that's what the fuck makes them happy. That's what the fuck they want to do. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with that. But to some people, they really want shit in life. They want homes. They want businesses. They want to leave shit to their children. They really want that inside. But they get caught up in trying to save this little broad and go to Hawaii for the weekend. You see what I'm saying? They get caught up in the bullshit. So it's like we have to start. It seems like somebody's saying a lot on here. Is that the same thing as this?
That was Chris. It was a
Okay.
conversation.
Okay. Just
Yeah,
making sure
from
that we're
Andrea
responding to
earlier.
everybody.
But I think that's the all accurate. Like again, this is not a challenge on your perspective at all. I do feel like it's, you know, it needs some type of, we need some type of training. I think we need some type of, but again, everybody's not meant to be a boss. You know what I mean? Everybody's not meant to be.
Somebody has to be the employee.
You know what I mean? So I mean, I don't know if that's for everybody, but I think the opportunity, the choice should be there. If I want to own a business, if I want to start something, I think that should be there.
It's what do you want? Like when you close your eyes and you're 55, you're 60 years old, you're 70 years old. What do you want?
At 55 and 60 and 70, shit, you just want to wake up and
Where?
your shit still worked on
Where
it.
do you want to wake up? You want to own your home?
Is it about money though? Then is it about your shit working?
Hold up, but I'm saying though.
It's both, goddamn.
I'm saying,
I want
and
my
I
shit
get
to
the
work
comedy with
in
it.
my house on
exactly.
the beach, in wherever.
What do you want?
Yeah.
Like you have to be honest with yourself. What do you want? Because if what you want is to be taken care of by your daughters or live in some nursing home, fuck it. Don't save shit. Go hard. But if you, right, go to club every week.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want something else,
what are you willing to sacrifice now?
What are you willing to give up now
For
so
the
you can
long
have
term.
that then?
Yeah,
and
bro.
I think the trips to Puerto Rico can cease until you first class and got the fucking jet plane taking your ass to Puerto Rico.
Damn right.
In my personal opinion, Puerto Rico ain't got shit for my budget right now. You know what? I'm gonna go to Puerto Rico and be like, what the fuck we gonna do? Because I ain't buying myself a shoe. Why? I'm sorry. I'm not spending no goddamn money on no motherfuckers. You gotta get money, man. We gotta get money as a community, as a people. If you got family, you gotta fucking build something, man. You have to. Anyway,
man, what a great show! What a great show! That was needed. I left a swig of a shot in there for that toast. I want you to know I left a swig.
Swig.
Yeah, just a small swig.
Bitch, you want some of this real shit?
What is
Real
that, bro?
shit. He got some of
It's
that
real shit, nigga. That's what it's called.
Look, he can reach right over.
Hit it up.
See how easy and influencing he is.
Hey, listen.
Just tell call us up, girls, and say, baby, you want some of that real shit?
Hey, wait a minute. Why you doing me like that, bro?
He is going.
Oh, bro.
Damn. But they can't just get the real shit
That's
anywhere.
foul as
Go.
fuck
All
right
you gotta
there,
say
man.
is, call up. You want that real shit?
Well, number one,
Yes, I did.
Rob said that
Yes,
to
I
me.
do.
That wasn't
So
a bitch that
pause.
said that.
Pause on that, then.
I said,
Motherfucking
Rob.
major pause on that.
Rob said
Right.
that I want, but
And you
I
said
knew what he
yes,
was talking
pause.
about.
Get ready to
He
cut
had his
this.
So we
hands on
should
the
have paused.
flags.
Get ready to
then.
cut this feed,
Fuck
Sean.
this. Man, let's say get out of here, y'all. Thank y'all for coming in. Thank y'all for tuning in. This has been a great show.
Been a great one.
Carlos
Blessings
Sargent,
to you and yours, man.
Free
Y'all
Soul,
tune
Rob
in next
Love.
week. That's what it is.
Ice Eskimos.
Selling game to players.
What are we gonna call this one, Carlos?
I have no idea.